Today we're diving into a story that sounds like something straight out of a Kafka novel. It's all about a document so powerful it can land you in jail, but so secret you're not allowed to get a copy of it.
Okay, so let's just break this down. Picture this. You get arrested. The police use an arrest warrant to do it. So later you go to the court that issued that very warrant, to get a copy for your lawyer or just for your own records, and they look at you and say, nope, can't have it. How is that even possible?
And that, right there, is the absolute heart of the problem we're looking at today. Someone is arrested, but the very legal instrument that authorized it, the warrant, is now being shielded from them by the exact same system that created it. So this sets up a huge, baffling contradiction. Think about it. The police clearly thought the warrant was correct enough to identify and arrest this person. But then that same person goes to the court, and the court says, sorry, can't help you. This is where things start to get really weird.
To really get a handle on just how strange this situation is, we first have to look at how this process is supposed to work. Because believe it or not, there's a very simple, very logical procedure for this kind of thing.
Normally, this is just basic stuff. Step 1, you ask for the document. Step 2, you show your ID to prove you are who you say you are. Step 3, the clerk checks to see if the info on your ID matches the info on the warrant. And if it does, Step 4, you get your copy. It really should be that simple. In that third step, matching information is the key to this whole thing. The entire system pivots on this one single check. Does the name and ID number on your official documents line up perfectly with what's on the court's warrant? And here's what that perfect match looks like. The name on the warrant is John Doe. The name on the ID is John Doe. The ID number is a perfect match, digit for digit. It's a clear, undeniable link. At this point, you should get your copy, no questions asked. End of story.
So with that normal, straightforward process in mind, let's take a look at where things went completely off the rails in this specific situation.
Right off the bat, the petitioner comes in prepared. They aren't just saying, I was arrested. They're saying, look, I have the actual case number. The police officer who arrested me gave it to me. They think they have everything they need to prove their case.
But they're met with a brick wall. The court official's response is immediate and absolute. The rule is the rule. If the information doesn't match, you don't get a copy. This sets up a direct clash between what the petitioner knows to be true and what the court is claiming. And the official spells it out even more clearly. It's not about the case number the police gave you. For the court, it's all about one thing. Does your official ID, your name, your 13-digit number, match what is on the warrant in their system, word for word, number for number? And this is the picture the court official is painting. They're essentially saying that when they pull up the warrant and compare it to the petitioner's ID, this is what they see. A completely different name, a completely different number, a total mismatch. Which of course brings us to the million-dollar question. If the information is so completely wrong, if the court's own records show a total disconnect, then how on earth did the police use that exact same document to identify and arrest this person? It doesn't add up. So, this conversation doesn't end with a solution. Not at all. It ends with a classic bureaucratic move. Pass the buck. The central paradox is just left hanging in the air, completely unresolved. And you can almost hear the petitioner figuring it out in real time. That dawning realization. Oh, I get it. You're not going to help me. You're sending me somewhere else. They're now caught in a loop between the court and the police. And this moment is absolutely critical. The court, the very institution that created the warrant, is now saying that any problem with it is a police issue. They're essentially washing their hands of it, shifting all responsibility from the people who wrote the document to the people who acted on it. And that leaves us right here, with this impossible situation. A warrant that is apparently valid enough to get someone arrested, but somehow too incorrect for that same person to get a copy. It raises a huge question about accountability, right? Is the court's record wrong? Did the police make a massive error? And maybe most importantly, how can anyone possibly get to the truth when the system itself seems designed to hide the evidence?